A brutal rampage stopped by lethal ultimatum. Left behind, signs of innocence lost. The killing spree in Nice marks the third major attack in France in less than 2 years.
It does not seem safe anymore in France. Nice is not a big city and it does not attract that much attention. So if this can be a target, anywhere can be a target.
This attack fell on Bastille Day, a national holiday that celebrates liberty and independence. And while it's not yet clear whether Daesh was behind it, officials are already pointing the finger. Previous attacks revealed aimless youths and petty criminals from the margins of French society were responsible. Daesh has rooted its cause in the taking back of territory delineated a century ago by colonial France and Britain. The group appears to be exploiting the divisions in French society that are in some measure a vestige of its colonial past. And while Daesh is on the back foot militarily in Iraq, Syria, and Libya, the threat of its attacks in Europe is growing.
J'ai décidé que l'état d'urgence, qui devait prendre fin le 26 juillet, serait prolongé de 3 mois.
More than 8 months since the Paris attacks, France was preparing to breathe a sigh of relief. The state of emergency that allows police to carry out raids without a warrant and summarily place people under house arrest was about to be lifted. French Prime Minister Manuel Valls had said the threat represented by Daesh could mean its extension for as long as it is necessary. Rights groups have criticized European governments for similar security crackdowns they say violate basic freedoms and stifle dissent.
Fear of terrorism led many people to begin to scapegoat the refugees. It led to rising Islamophobia and trampling on basic rights, particularly to privacy, without any real showing of even effectiveness for those measures.
Far-right parties in France and in a number of Western countries have seized on the attacks to further their cause, and in doing so have perpetuated the theory of an inevitable clash of civilizations, a narrative also propagated by Daesh. These attacks have shown the strength of the social fabric that holds France together. After the Charlie Hebdo massacre and the Paris attacks last year, an outpouring of sympathy and compassion from around the globe to the world's most visited country.
A sad day for France, for Europe, for all of us here.
International leaders have expressed solidarity with France and promised to work together. But there are a number of interwoven issues they must face. A military campaign against Daesh in Iraq and Syria, a refugee crisis, along with homegrown terror attacks with vague motivations. All the while, preserving liberty, something for which in France, there's been a high price to pay. Randolph Nogel, The Newsmakers.